Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Shamrock Wrestling Heavyweight Champion of the world, Nuke. And welcome to the greatest thing that's ever happened to KKA. I got my own show. So, we're going to take a look back at all the great action that's happened in KKA over the last month. Let's roll the footage. So, here it is. The first ever number 10 in the nuclear reaction. And it is the second pay-per-view of KKA. Well, the show had a pretty alright promo, but the reason it's not so high up on the list is because of technical difficulties, which ended up stopping us from being able to actually upload the full thing, so you only got to see part of it. But don't worry, like I'm going to say probably later, it will be made up for later on in the list. So as you just saw, number 10, second pay-per-view, Colossal Pain. Unfortunately we couldn't see any of it because of technology errors, but don't worry, there'll be something that will make up for that later on in the video. But now, time for number 9. Roll the footage. There it is, second pay-per-view. So what could possibly be at number 9? It's the brand new layout. So as you can see, the guy Nuke did a pretty damn good job on the layout of the brand new channel. Hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Unfortunately, I am not on it, but it even includes playlists of every single wrestler you can think of, except for all those pathetic ones that only make about one match and then they quit because they're not good enough to be in the same company as the Nuke. I know, crazy, huh? Bombshell actually hired somebody, but the new layout is absolutely awesome. There's no denying that. It's almost as awesome as me. But I didn't somehow make the cut to actually be in it. Anyway, let's roll the footage for number 8. So, time for number 8. And it is a lot of debuts. So in KKA, over the last month, a lot of people have made debuts. We had Larry Ace making his KKA debut. We had the Widower making his KKA debut. And holy hell, part 1, we had that guy right there. Oh, what an easy match. Who faced me, the Gambler, making his debut in the Shamrock Championship tournament. Hey, look, it's me, I'm right there. But anyway, we had the Red-Headed Bandit making his KKA debut. And there was one other guy who made a debut, but that's further up on the list. So between this show and number 7, I'm going to be on your YouTube a lot. So lucky, aren't you? But anyway, time for the next one, number 6. And if Colossal Pain had gone ahead, this would have been much higher up. Trust me. And at number 6, the new company that entered KKA made its mark. Here is the first man from the new company, the Chicken Nugget Kid, who made a pretty alright mark. He ended up being in, I think it was one match, which is a pretty good match against Wonderful, who I haven't actually seen in a good while. He would probably have made it onto this top 10 for whatever it is he does, if he'd actually been in matches, because everyone just seems to love him, but no, he only showed up once this month. And another guy was Chunky Love. Yeah, that's all I can say about him on, well, PGTV. He's a bit nuts. Like I said, if Colossal Pain did manage to go ahead, that would have been much higher up on the list, because those guys really did make their mark, and if they did have Colossal Pain, then they would have made a much bigger mark, because the likes of Chunky Love were all involved. Get ready for number 5. And at number 5, Bombshell's Nightmare of the Month. After his severe injury against Wonderful, he had this promo saying he was going to come back big and strong after, well, he wasn't so big and strong against Wonderful in a title match. So heading into this month, it wasn't already good. But he promised he'd go and beat Wonderful for the title. But Wonderful wasn't the champion. The champion was the American Miracle, and the American Miracle was not happy that he said Wonderful was the champion. And then, to make things worse, he then faced American Miracle for the title, and yeah, he submit. Pretty embarrassing. And he just hobbled out of the camera, and American Miracle was victorious. Now here comes number 4, I believe. And because this person had a much greater effect than all the other debuts who were back further up on the list, this person made quite a big impact, so he got his own slot on the top 10. Roll the footage. We're already there. Time for number 4. Mr. R. When Bombshell first left the company from an injury, he was then replaced by Mr. R. This man who's coming into the screen any second now, who made a pretty big impact indeed. There he is. He was stepping in for Bombshell. And he made some pretty big announcements, like the fact that there was now going to be a Shamrock Championship, which, well, we'll talk about later. But anyway, Mr. R indeed. Like I said, he made a pretty big impact, but time for number 3. And you're probably wondering why I'm smiling right now so much. It's because it's probably the best moment of my career. The great Nuke took on Noob, the red-handed bandit, and slightly experienced Alex Nesbitt in a triple threat ladder match for the Shamrock title. Roll the footage. We're already there. Number 3. And it's the Shamrock title tournament's conclusion. After many tough, hard-fought matches to get into the final, Alex Nesbitt, the red-handed bandit, and yours truly, the Nuke, made it to the finals in a triple threat ladder match, which could only be described as vicious. There were many fierce actions during this match. A lot of drama. But in the end, after an incredibly hard-fought battle, yours truly, the Nuke, didn't even need a ladder to get to the top and take the Shamrock title and become the very first ever Shamrock champion. And just when you thought you saw enough of the great Nuke on your screen, I'm blessing you with another one, because at number 2, it's the third pay-per-view, with the man standing 6'2", who you all have to look up to, Nuke. And, well, some other guy who, well, you'll see in the footage, he wasn't even a challenge. But then there was another match, which I was not involved in, for a title some say is greater than mine, which I will probably hold soon anyway. Depends if I'm bothered. I've got my whole weekly challenge thing going on, so I don't know. But let's roll that footage as well. Time for number 2, and the one moment that missed out on the top spot was the very third pay-per-view. And the second one, which made up for number 10, Colossal Pain's fail, was the great Holy Hell. And in the first match, me, the Nuke, got to compete, defending my title, as you saw there. A heroic Superman punch, followed by the greatest move in sports wrestling, the nuclear bomb, which saw the first match conclude, as most people suspected, the Nuke retaining his title. And in the second match, for the KKA World Heavyweight Championship, Bombshell submitted to the American Miracle. American Miracle, who's the main man in number 1. Miracles in his name, miracles in this title. Let's roll number 1 to end the nuclear reaction. That's right. Number 1. As you can see, the American Miracle, he first made his miracle by defeating Mr. R, by making him submit, which was then followed by him retaining his world title against Larry Case inside the cage. And then to cap it all off, he made Bombshell tap out.